Welcome. What is Elamant? In this video, we're going to be looking at the Elamant review. Disclaimer. This video is done for information purposes only. Every effort has been made to make sure that this video is complete and accurate as possible. However, there may be mistakes. Also, this video provides information up to the publication date, and I'm doing this video in November 2020. Therefore, this video should be used as a guide, not as an ultimate source. The purpose of this video is to educate. We do not guarantee that the information contained in this video is fully complete, shall not be responsible for any errors or omissions. The host shall have neither liability nor responsibility to any person or entity with respect to any loss or damage caused or alleged directly or indirectly by this video. We just want to get to the same point and make sure that we understand that there is a disclaimer on the information that I'm actually sharing today. So let us look at who we are. So we are the online nomads. So today in November 2020, we're actually celebrating 1 year with Elamant. So our team efforts started a year ago in 2019 in November, and this is where we are today, and we're doing this fresh video and share with you our honest experience with Elamant, some of the things that you may need to know. So to start off with, let me start off with one of my favorite quotes, and I really love this quote. So let us read out this together. Okay. You are overpaid at your job in the beginning because you are given a full salary even when you don't know what you're doing in your first few days. But once you work at a company for a while, you will be underpaid for the rest of your time there because you will be making the company a lot more money than you are getting paid. The reverse is true for network marketing entrepreneurs. We work hard in the beginning and may earn even very little, but we hit the big payday later on. So if you're going to be involved in team building, network marketing, you need to understand that just like what this quote has said, you put a lot of work in the beginning, but at the end of the day, the rewards are so huge. So you're going to see a lot of people in Elamant giving you a lot of testimonies, but mind you and get it that they've actually worked their way up, okay? And so let us look at what we're going to cover in this whole session. Number one, we're going to be looking at what is Elamant, and number two, we're going to be looking at how does Elamant works, and number three, we're going to be looking at how does one make money. I'm sure that most people, they want to make sure that they get the benefit of money out of this, and we're going to cover that. And I'm going to cover as well the pros and cons. You know, we have been members of Elamant for a year, for full 12 months, and we have had some experience that we didn't like, we have some experience that we liked. So we're going to cover both of those so that you understand what to expect probably when you actually get on board. And the other thing that you're going to cover is, of course, you know, I'm doing this presentation for Elamant, but the main purpose in the end as well, after educating you, is to invite you to become part of our team. So at the end of this video, I'm going to ask you if you want to become part of our team, and the question is simple. It's either a yes or no. That's it. So that's what I'm actually going to cover. So if you stick around to the end of this video, I'm going to give you access to one of my training courses, which is called Online Marketing for Network Marketers. So if you want to look around Elamant, our team has been able to build and grow just by using the internet. Imagine waking up in the morning, you open up your laptop, you do some few things on the internet, and you start building your team without I know some of the people use different methods like calling people, making a list and things like that. It's okay and it works, but if you get your hands onto this course that was done by our team, you will understand the basics and the techniques that you can deploy to grow your Elamant team beyond your borders. I've spoken to a lot of people over the period of 12 months, and one of the main challenges they face is team building, recruiting. I'm having difficulties and things like that. But if you have the internet, then it should be easy, okay? And this training covers just that. So I'm going to tell you where you can actually get this course at the end of this video. So if you want access to this course, you don't pay anything, it's free. Stick around until the end of this video. Okay, so let's actually move forward. And one of the things that our team has actually done is to set up a team blog. So a team blog is whereby we share our thoughts, our ideas, our tips in form of blogging. So we have a blog that we actually run, and those are some of the things that we teach you in our course that I've actually said I'm going to give you access to. And of course, if you're an Elamant member, you may have come across some of our videos, because we've done quite a lot of videos from YouTube, and we have actually broken down some of the pieces of Elamant into small minutes video. But this training is going to cover most of the stuff. But if you want to get to a specific point, you can actually check our YouTube channel, which is called The Online Nomads, and it's just got a lot of videos. Okay, and one of the amazing things that have actually happened as we're actually working our way up by doing videos, by doing quite a number of things. The CEO of Elamant was amazed by the work that we're actually doing, especially producing the videos, and he reached out to us and said, I love the work that you are doing, guys, and keep it up and things like that. So we asked for a favor, and we had to request for an interview. And then I had to jump on board and do an interview with him and ask him some of the critical questions that I wanted to know and other people wanted to know about Elamant. So this interview is there on the internet. Just go and search for it. Just type in Minutes with Elamant CEO Ryan Evans. I've asked him quite a number of questions with regards to Elamant, where it is, where it's going, and he has been able to answer some of the questions that you may have. So please go ahead and look at that interview. It's very, very interesting. Each time I look at it, I get to learn new things, even though I was actually asking him the questions. But you know, this man has a lot of wisdom. So that's one thing that has happened throughout our journey, and it's really, really amazing to have the CEO recognize what we are doing. And yeah, it's really great. So again, we have a Facebook team group whereby we share our thoughts, our insights, where people ask questions and we interact just as a team. You can actually be part of our Facebook group. It's called Team Online Nomads. Okay, and then let's get started. Let's look at what you've come here for and what is Elamant and things that I said I want to share with you. So number one, let's look at what is Elamant. I love to break things down for people that are just getting started to understand how things work. So my presentation is going to be very, very, very simple, and it's going to be simplified in a very, very simple manner so that you understand. So Elamant was founded in 2017, and the CEO of Elamant is Ryan Evans, and Elamant is a membership club. I repeat, if you can repeat this with me, just say it out. Elamant is a membership club. What does the word membership mean? I'll explain what it means. Membership, it simply means you pay a regular fee for you to enjoy the benefits, and the regular fee for you to join the benefits in Elamant is $99 every 28 days. Every 28 days you pay. So you pay before you enjoy the benefits. That's how it works. So let's get to understand what a membership is. Let's talk about a gym membership, whereby you pay and you have to do the exercises at a gym membership. So what you do is you go and pay the gym membership, and you have to visit the gym more frequently so that you get the benefits. And if I can ask, what happens if you pay the gym membership and you don't go to the gym? Okay, let's say you pay for the gym membership today, you don't go to the gym. Next month, do you say, I paid last month and I didn't come, so can you cover me up for this month? So it doesn't work that way in a setup of a membership. So that's the same thing that Elamant does. And then the benefits of being a part of Elamant, there is travel experience, there is shopping rewards as well, which I'm going to explain. I'm going to break down some of the benefits. So how does Elamant work? Number one, Elamant collects data from the data that is actually captured. Then they create detailed target marketing for their partners and merchants. Let me just explain, go deep into data collection, data captured, And so that you understand, I love to give real examples so that everyone can actually understand. Here's a good example. Does anyone know how Facebook make their money? Okay. Some of you may be like, no, or some of you may be like, oh, that's a very interesting question, because I really didn't know, like, this whole Facebook thing, we're all there, and how is it really a billion-dollar company? So number one thing that you need to understand is that Facebook tracks your likes, tracks your comments, tracks what you click, tracks your location. And you know, when you actually log into Facebook, you say that you stay in Zimbabwe, you say that you stay in Australia, you say that you stay in South Africa, and as you can see that most of the activities that you see on your Facebook is based in your location. So that is the technology that is called tracking, and that data is given to Facebook business people to make target marketing. Let me explain Facebook business people what I've just explained. Let me give you a very good example. Let's say I have a recording company. I record music for aspiring people, and I need to market my business on Facebook. So what I do is I put my money in my bank and go to Facebook and tell Facebook that every person who is liking a lot of music in South Africa, I want them to see my advert about my music studio so that I can record their music. That's how it works. So Facebook is going to tell me that, okay, Kuda, we have these people, these are the numbers. Pay us this amount of money and we are going to show your advert in front of their eyes. That's why you see some of the adverts that pops up on your Facebook is relevant to what you're liking and commenting. So here's another good example. Some of you may say, hey, this is technology. We don't understand Facebook at all. I don't even have a Facebook account. You know, I've actually come across people that I've worked with in Elamant that says, I've never been on Facebook. And so here's a good example for people that don't use Facebook. That is not a little bit technology based. So one of these days I traveled to South Africa and I went to a place called Nelson Mandela Square. It's a very, very nice place. It's somewhere in Central. I was going for a business seminar there, and I had to do my shopping there and eat my lunch there during break times and things like that. So if you go at Nelson Mandela Square, you're going to see there's a place where there's a restaurant, there is shops, there is a supermarket, there is different kind of shops there. So it's actually a mall. Okay, so let's say you are just like me. You went to Centon in South Africa, and once you were at Nelson Mandela Square, you are like asking yourself, how can I make a business out of this place? Should I open a restaurant? Should I open a supermarket? Should I open a clothing shop? And what is the best way to get information on the type of business that I need? And your capital, you have capital ready to invest, but you just don't know what to invest in. So you then say to everyone who is walking into Nelson Mandela Square, can you come and give me your receipt of what you have bought when you went to Nelson Mandela Square? Every receipt. Once you give me your receipt, then I'll pay you a small portion of money for every receipt that you bring to me. So the person that comes from a restaurant, the person that comes from a supermarket, the person that comes from a movie house, the person that comes from a clothing shop, they are all bringing your receipts. At the end of the day, you look at your receipts and you say, now, it looks like people are going to eat out a lot and they're not buying clothing. Why? So probably there is a shortage of clothing supply. Probably people love to eat when they go there. So let me open a restaurant. Okay, let me see and if I can add another store, because the stores that are there for clothing are just a few. So that's basically how it works. Now, just like I've explained, from that information, you can collect a lot of data. Number one, you can collect a lot of data that you can actually use to create, to start your business, or you can collect data for information that you can use to supply the companies there. So let's say if you see that a lot of people are eating seafood when they go to a restaurant. That means you have to go to Cape Town probably, and look for seafood markets, and then supply the restaurant with seafood products. So those are some of the decisions that you can make just from looking at a receipt. There is quite a lot of data that you can actually get. So in this case, Elamant pays its members for those shopping receipts. So Elamant is saying, come bring us your data that you're doing every single day, the shopping receipts that you're actually buying, and from that you're going to give you a portion back as cash back, and we are going to sell that data as well. So that's basically, in short, a very good example. That's how it works. Now moving forward, let us look at the payment method that are actually used in Elamant. This comes in depositing and withdrawing your money. Number one, there is what is known as Bitcoin. Okay, let me explain what Bitcoin is. The team at the online nomad has done a very great training on Bitcoin, and if you don't understand how Bitcoin works, please make sure you educate yourself on how Bitcoin works. There is token, there is pay card, there is bank wire. Let me just break down all of these ones for you one by one so that you understand how it works. So like I said earlier on, Elamant is a membership club where people pay a fee to be a member. So number one, if you want to become a member, you can actually pay with Bitcoin, and it's $99, okay, to pay for your membership. Okay, remember it's 99. And Bitcoin, you just have to convert your cash into Bitcoin, and I cannot really let me just give you a summary of what Bitcoin is. Think of the evolution of money, whereby back in the day people used to use barter trade, whereby you give me cattle, and then I give you goats, something like that. We know that. And then someone realized that this method is not really working. Someone introduced gold, whereby you give people goats and then they give you gold, and they give you gold coins. And then someone said, okay, gold, the era for gold is over. Let's start printing money. Okay. But if I ask you something, if you look at the future, do you really think we are still going to be using paper money? Okay, the paper money that you use to buy. There's going to be something that is technology based that is going to replace or work in line with the paper money that we use, and it's called Bitcoin. Bitcoin works internationally. Go and learn about it. It's a very interesting topic. So you can use Bitcoin to deposit to pay for your membership. There is also what is known as Elamant token. Now, an Elamant token can be used to pay for your membership or to join Elamant. Now, how an Elamant token works is that, let's say you are a member of Elamant and you have been paid. You have actually uploaded your receipts and you have been paid. Okay? And instead of withdrawing your money with Bitcoin or any other means, you can actually convert your points into a token, and then you can actually sell that token to someone who wants to renew their account, or to someone that needs to be a member of Elamant. The advantages of using a token is there are no charges. So if you're going to withdraw your money via Bitcoin, you're going to be charged, but if you use a token, you are actually going to get your full $99. Okay, and there is what is known as a bank card. A bank card is actually a MasterCard or Visa. You can use that to deposit money into Elamant or renew your account. There is also what is known as a bank wire. Bank wire, probably most of us know this. It's actually a bank transfer, but at the time that I'm actually doing this video, this one is not working. And again, let us look at the methods of withdrawing your money. I've actually explained the method of actually depositing your money. Okay, let me just change my ink here and put a bit of light color. Number one, you can withdraw your money using Bitcoin. Okay, you can, once you have a balance in your account, you can actually convert that money into Bitcoin, or you can actually do this, what I've actually said here, a token. Okay, and there's what is known as a pay card. A pay card is an in-house Elamant bank card. Okay, is an in-house Elamant bank card. It is actually backed by Visa. Okay, at the time that I'm actually doing this video, most Elamant members are actually applying for this card. So once the money hits your account, you can actually get the money into your card, and make the payment. Okay, so and actually and make the payments online or withdraw from an ATM and things like that. Okay, so this is something that you have to apply from Elamant, and you can actually check their website for details on this. And then in terms of withdrawing into Bankwire, this one is not working at the moment, but it's something that Elamant actually does. So that's with regards to the payment methods that are actually used. So any of these can actually work depending on the one that you understand much better. So let's actually move forward. Okay, moving forward, understanding the payment methods in Elamant. So you're going to see a lot of people saying, I'm getting paid $100 from Elamant per week, whatever. But I want you to understand that the system does not pay you in dollars. Actually, there's what is known as data points, and there's what is known as e-wallet balance. Okay, data points is money that you get for uploading receipts. Once you upload your receipts, you get your payment in form of points. Okay, and for uploading receipts, you get what is known as data points, and there is what is known as e-wallet points. E-wallet points is for consulting. Okay, I'm going to explain what consulting is in the next few slides. So when you have one data point in your account, you've got a value of $1. If you have one e-wallet balance, you have a value of $1 USD as well. So this is how it works. So when you get paid in Elamant, the first thing that you need to understand is you get paid in data points or you get paid in e-wallet balance, and then you have to convert those data points or e-wallet balance into cash that you can have in your hands, which is the token, which is the Bitcoin, which is the pay card that I've just explained in the previous slide. So this is very important to understand, guys, because over the past year that we have been members of Elamant, we have realized that there is claims that, or there is an assumption that when people say you get paid $100 or whichever amount, there is a step that is not being explained. So that's what I wanted to explain. That is data points and that is e-wallet. It's very important for your knowledge. So how does one make money and benefit from Elamant? You know, let me not put the word money here, because at the end of the day, if I look at Elamant, the benefit that I've got personally so far is beyond money. Of course, I've made money, I am making money, but there is more to money. Okay, so let us look at benefits. Okay, number one, there's what is known redemption, there's travel, there is lifestyle portfolio, there is consultant program, there is Elamant 2, there is mastermind sessions, there is community, there is map, and there is more. These are some of the benefits that you actually get when you become a member of Elamant, and I'm going to tell you how all these can lead into money. Probably if you are a person who is focused about money, let's actually look at that. But I'm gonna try and explain each and one of these. They are very important to understand your benefits. Number one, let us look at the travel. Okay, members have access to a travel portal where they can book flights at a discount, hotels, stays, and quite a number of things. You can even use your portal to make bookings for others. So just like a travel portal, we all know how travel portals work. You can actually log in and get discounts, and Elamant makes a bold claim that if you find the price on Elamant expensive than somewhere else, probably they may refund you. I don't really know the details, but that's number one benefit that you have when you are a member of Elamant, when you pay your monthly subscription. There's what is known as Elamant's portfolio, and there's what is known as Elamant portfolio, and this is more like a social media platform for Elamant members where they share their progress, their travel experience, and as they do that, they earn points which they can use for travel. Let's say you're traveling and you share your experience, and there's some rewards that you get for that. That's another second benefit. But mind you, at the time that I'm actually doing this video, the travel portal is yet to be launched. Okay, I'm still waiting for it to be launched as well. So number two, you make money from redemption. Redemption, like I've actually explained, members collect and upload receipts and get paid. There is a 30-day period validation period processing. Okay, I'm going to explain what that means, validation and processing. And you get 20% back of what you upload. The cap is 1,000 per month. Uploads are done on a weekly basis via the website or a mobile app. Elamant has actually launched a mobile app that you can actually use. So let me explain this part, how it works when I'm talking about the cap. So the maximum amount that you can upload per month is 1,000 USD. Let me see what the next point is. Okay, is 1,000 USD. And when you upload, let me just try and explain this much better. When you upload receipts for 1,000, that is a value of 1,000 USD, you get paid 20%. What is 20% of 1,000? That is 200. Okay, and is this $200? No, it's not $200. It's 200 data points. Okay, and what can you do with these 200 data points? You can actually convert them into Bitcoin and actually withdraw the money via the token, or withdraw the money via the pay card and things like that. So you need to understand that you get paid in form of data points. Okay, and then if you're uploading your receipts are actually uploaded on a weekly basis. So basically what I do myself is I just divide these 1,000 into 4, and I normally upload receipts for 250. Basically I upload receipts for 300 actually every week, because I also want to upload some extras, so that if some of my receipts are defect, I'll still get some extras. Because at the end of the day, you don't want to upload a receipt that is not clear, that is blank, that is not showing the details of the shop. Make sure that your receipts are clear. You can actually check some of our videos to learn about the receipts that are actually eligible. However, there is a maximum per week per receipt that you can actually upload. You cannot upload anything that is more than $500 per each receipt. Okay, let's say you want to say the upload is actually happening on a weekly basis, and you want to say, okay, if I'm gonna upload 4 times a month, then let me just upload 500 one week, 500 the other week, or I can just upload 1,000 in 1 week, then I'm done for the month. No, it doesn't work like that. So you have to do on a weekly basis. There's a lot that you need to learn about this part as well, and I want to express as well for new members, for people that are just getting started. For people that are just getting started, in your first month you have to upload the receipts of a total of $500. Okay, that's what you need to upload, and I'm going to explain why. Should I explain why? Let me see, because I have a lot to cover. But anyway, for new members, someone who's actually getting started, the first month you have to upload receipts for 500. Okay, you have to upload receipts for $500, and then the second month you have to upload receipts for 1,000. What it simply means, if you upload your receipts for 500 for the first month, 20% of 500 is 100 data points. So your first income from Elamant from uploading receipts is going to be 100 data points, and after 30 days it's going to be 200. So I'm going to repeat again what I've just explained, so that you understand what I really mean. So that's how the redemption works. Remember the example that I gave at the Nelson Mandela Square, whereby you go onto a supermarket, onto collecting receipts. So that's basically the redemption. Now you get paid for uploading receipts. If you want to have your membership paid for, you have to become what is known as a founder, and you get paid for consulting fees. So if you want to look for ways to get paid, number one, there is uploading receipts. Once you refer other members, you actually have your membership paid for, and then once you become a consultant, you actually get paid for your consulting services. And let me just explain how it works. But when you become a consultant, you only get paid when you do your time report. Let me just break down the simple consultation process. So I need to register 3 people. If you register 3 people, your membership becomes free. You become what is known as a founder. Okay, if you refer 3 people that pay their $99. Okay, if you become a consultant, you start getting paid a weekly income. I'm going to explain that as well, how it all works. Now, you need to understand how to place your team in your Elamant team so that you can actually rank up to become a consultant or to get your 3 people. I'm going to again explain this in the few slides that are actually coming. So if you are looking at this chart, this is what is known as the consultation compensation plan. So like I've said, every member of Elamant comes in as a member, and the first thing, this text is a little bit small, but I'm going to try and help you understand what it means. The first thing that happens is when you become a member of Elamant, you pay your subscription, you upload your receipts, you get the benefits of uploading receipts and getting paid, and other benefits that I'm going to explain. But when you recommend 3 people that say, hey, we have something going on here, come and take a look at what Elamant does, and if they pay their monthly fees, if they maintain their monthly fees each month, you become what is known as a founder. And a founder has got 3 direct people, okay? And then here you get what is known as renewal points, 5 renewal points. I'm going to explain in detail how it works. And there's what is known as a consultant. A consultant, now when you become a consultant, you start getting paid on a weekly basis or on an hourly basis based on the time report. There's also what is known as senior consultant, there's executive consultants, manager. These are all what is known as service level. So if you look at these income, their monthly income here is estimated 433, 780, 1,200, 3,120 up to 1,166, 667,000 on a monthly basis. Okay, so this chart, because it has got a lot of information, what I've done is I've broken down just the early stages in Elamant so that you understand how it works. So I'm going to simplify in a very black and white manner. So this chart is only for people that are like me, entrepreneurs that wants to go for more money, okay, that want to have an uncapped income, okay, that want to be in a place whereby they can increase their income if possible. So it only goes for entrepreneurs. Okay, entrepreneurs, where are you? Raise your hand. Okay, so basically everyone comes in as a new member. Okay, so this means you are a new member here. Now, if you love the idea of Elamant, you recommend 3 people. This is the first person, this is the second person, this is the third person. Directly under you, you hit the first level, that is called a founder. So, and then your membership will become free. At this point, you'll be paying $99 every single month. Okay, every single 28 days. If you don't want to pay this, what it simply means, you refer 3 people that pay their $99 and you start getting 5 points per day, which will be used towards your renewals. So let's say how many 28 days times 5. Okay, 28 days times 5, that's about 140, I think. So once you get the 140, the system is going to deduct. Okay, let me just try and write 140 here. Okay. Oh, I'm trying to write 140, but my computer is not. Okay, so assume this is 140. The system is going to take the $99 of your for your membership from this 140. That simply means your membership is actually paid for. Now, what happens if these people do the same, or if you help these 3 people to do the same? So that means this person has got one more person there, one more person there, this one, one more person, and then this one, one more person, and then this person, one more person, and then one more person. So if you look at your organization, we're looking at there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That's a total of 12 people. Yeah, that's a total of 12 people. Now, once you get to a total of 12 people, you become what is known as a consultant. And consultant get weekly points. This is 100 e-wallet that goes into your points. Okay? And you'll be getting paid $20, 20 points per hour. Okay? Remember I may say dollars, but it's 20 points per hour that you can convert into dollars. So, why is this money coming your way? This money is coming your way because you have got people in your team? No. This money is coming your way because you are this guy and you're giving support to these people. How does this money come to you? Okay, remember it's per hour. You have to log into Elamant and say, I've helped my 12 people to understand how Elamant works. I've helped my 12 people to understand how to upload receipts. I've helped some of my people to understand the recent update that the Elamant CEO does. And only when you do that, you get paid your points. Okay, so it's not like you have 12 people, you relax, you fold your hands, and you say, okay, the money will start coming in, even if you're doing nothing. There's a condition. If you don't do your time report, if you don't report like the 5 hours every week, you don't get paid the points. Okay, that's basically how it works. Now, if your team grows again, these people are growing their teams, they want to help others, they want to share the idea. Your total organization, you have like 40 people. Okay, your total organization, you have 40 people, and you start getting 30 e-wallet points. Okay, that means you become a senior consultant, and senior consultants, they get paid 180 per week. Okay, 180 per week that you can actually withdraw to Bitcoin, pay card, or convert to a token. So basically, this is the simplified way. I hope you understand what I mean. So let me just get back to this slide again so that we can actually break things down for you, what I've actually been explaining. So if you look at this chart, when you become a founder, here you don't get paid. You get renewal points, which you can use for renewal account, and then here you don't get paid hourly. So consultants, they get paid 20 per hour, and this is their potential income per month. Senior consultants, they have to have 40 team members, and they have to report 6 hours per week, and they get paid 30 points per hour, which is like $30 per hour, and then this is their income. So if you look, that's how you study this chart. So what I'm going to do is just find where you can actually get this chart, and that's how it's broken down there. So another benefit for Elamant, number one, is what is known as Elamant. Is this not like number one? Another benefit is Elamant U. Okay, so Elamant U is more like an academy. So over the past 12 months that I've actually been a member of Elamant, I've realized that some of the people, they don't have great communication skills. You know, when they're actually coming to you, they're a bit rude, they're a bit you can actually tell on the conversation or how they introduce themselves that this person is probably rude. So just like I find it rude when someone approaches me and say, hi, how do I upload receipts? Okay, they come to my WhatsApp and ask that, but they don't even tell me where they got my number. They don't even tell me where the country that they are in. They don't even tell me their name. All they care about, hey, whatever you are doing right there, how do I upload receipts? It's kind of rude. Okay, so I get those kind of texts. So great communication skills would be like, hi, my name is XYZ. I'm from this country. I've just joined Elamant. I've been a member of Elamant for so many times. I'm having difficulties to get through this. I've tried to understand it, but I can't. Can you assist me with this? It kind of gives me a bit of great communication skills. So if you look at the Elamant U has added a benefit to its members where they learn soft skills. I've gone through myself these training courses, and they cover some of those topics like effective communication, how to brand your team, how to build your team, how personal development, this culture, creativity. There's quite a lot that they cover. And if you're an entrepreneur in any kind of business, remember that any kind of business needs a foundation, and the foundation is mindset. Okay, if you build your business on the correct, right mindset, then you will have a very successful business. And I recommend that everyone goes through this Elamant U training, soft skills training. Personally, I'm going through it. I've learned a lot just from this training. And then the other part that they have on the Elamant U is the community. This is whereby it allows you to see who is part of the Elamant members that are going through the same course, and we can actually relate. So if someone's going through a course for mindset, then it means we're actually going through the same information, I can actually communicate with them and become friends and become business partners, future business partners. That's how you leverage on a community to strengthen one another, teamwork, and share ideas. There's a saying that goes, great people discuss ideas and poor people gossip, something like that. So when you become part of a community like this, you know that you are part of a community of a people that are ready for change. So to visit their website is called elamantu.com, or you can actually go into your Elamant account or Elamant application, and you can actually find the link to log into Elamantu on the left side, or somewhere in your account. You're going to see how you can actually get this. So you can only get access to this if you are a paid member of Elamant. Myself, I benefited a lot from this, and I still benefit. So this is one of the benefits that Elamant has. And so one of the things that happens on a weekly basis, there is what is known as mastermind sessions. So remember the chart that I was actually showing you for service level, like founder, consultant, and there is a certain level that you can reach. Once you reach that level, you now qualify to become a member of the mastermind sessions. Okay, so what happens in the mastermind sessions? Once you hit that level, just reach out to Elamant and say, I've just qualified for the level, please add me to the mastermind sessions. So what happens is, the man himself, the Elamant CEO, Ryan Evans, gets on the call with people that have reached that rank, or leaders, should I say, to discuss where the company is, the future, the updates, and everyone has a chance to ask any kind of question that they have. And when I mean any, if you become a member of this mastermind session, you get if you want to ask why is the sky blue, Mr. Ryan Evans, he is a very open. If you want to ask why is the sky blue, what I'm just trying to say is, it's not really a stupid question, but Ryan Evans is very open to discuss any sort of question that you may have with your Elamant business. I mean, he's that kind of a person that doesn't say there is no stupid question, or there is no bad question or anything like that, and he tries to see if he can give you answers. Ever since I've become a member of these mastermind sessions, not every Elamant member has access to this, okay, but only a selected few that have reached that rank. From the time that I've actually become part of this, I've never missed a single session. Get me right, I've never missed a single session. I always create time for it, and each time I go and attend these sessions, I learn a lot. Number one, I learn a lot about Elamant, where it is and where it's going. Number two, I learn a lot about business, okay, based on the questions that people are asking, based on the responses that the CEO is giving, based on everything that happens in this session. You gotta be part of this. You gotta wake your way up, because this alone is really, really amazing. I'll tell you a story. When I was deciding to become a member of Elamant, everyone does a research. Is it real? Are people getting paid? Things like that. What I did was I went into their Facebook group, and during that time, Ryan Evans was doing weekly sessions, okay, with every member of Elamant then, okay. And then he decided to move on to a selected few people that he works with when he reach a certain level. If you wake up, you reach a certain level, you're going to get into the mastermind sessions. Now, the story is, when I was deciding to become a member, I had to go through those mastermind sessions that was happening it was open to every member, and I would go through. So that's when I had a connection to say, wow, I love the vision, I gotta work on it. So that's how I made my decision. So basically, this is one benefit actually that you have when you become a member of Elamant. So there's also what is known as merchant advertising platform. How it works is, this is for merchants. They can actually get access to this platform, and they can see the data that they can use to make informed decisions, just like the example that I've actually given there. So as you can see on the screen here, it says we provide actual invoice generated through your store by our community. This is the first kind of its feature that makes return on marketing spend measurable. All the analytics is at your fingertips. So this merchant advertising platform gives analytics and data to merchants. Remember when I said making a business decision, information is very important when making a business decision. Think about it when your first love, when your man or your better half proposed you had to check his background. Is this guy good? Is this guy, if I'm get married to this guy, will he take care of me? Is he financially, how is he on finances? Is he, all this kind of information, you need them to make a decision. So, just like when you want to go to take your kids to school, you move into a new city, you want to know which supermarkets are there. If you want to take your kids to school, is this school a better school for my kids? Why should I opt for school A, school B? All that, we are surrounded by data. When you want to leave the house, the first thing that you check, is it about to rain so that I can carry an umbrella? Is it cold so that I can carry a jacket? Is it hot so that I can wear summer clothes? We are surrounded by data. Data is important. Okay, so basically that's the merchant advertising platform. It's one of the benefits as well. So let me just recap some of the benefits that I've actually explained. Number 1, redemption. Number 2, there's the travel. Number 3, there's the lifestyle portfolio. Number 4, consultant program. Number 5, Elamant U. Okay. Number 6, mastermind sessions. This is amazing. And the community as well. You can meet a lot of people that can change your life and the way you do business. And then merchant advertising platform. And then also there's always more benefits that are actually coming in, because at the end of the day, when I became a member of Elamant, I didn't know about Elamant U that is going to be added. So again, it was something that a benefit that I got along the way. And masterminds, I had no idea that there was something that is called mastermind. So when you hit that certain level, that's when it actually opens up. So how does one become a member of Elamant? Number 1, very important, understand how Elamant works. Okay. Number 2, go through the member policies and procedures. Even this video does not cover everything that is in the member policies and procedures. Elamant member policies and procedures, terms and conditions is like the Elamant Bible. Okay. It's like everything, the A, B, C, D up to Z of Elamant. So you need to go through that. Even if I've explained in a very simple way that you're happy with this, or if someone, an Elamant member, has explained how it works, every member of Elamant should go through the member policies and procedures. It covers some of the things that we may miss in our videos or in our explanations. So get a link from your upliner for registration. The person that you're actually registering your account on should send you a link, and you register and you become part of their team. Once you do that, you pay for your membership. And remember, I said membership is $99. You can pay with Bitcoin token or bank or credit card. So let me just explain the membership cycle and getting paid. This is very important for people that are really getting started. Every member of Elamant, they actually go through this process, even including myself. Remember, the redemption, the uploading of receipts works on its own. You get paid on the money comes into data points. It's a section on its own. The consultation program is a section on its own. You make money from there. The travel portal is a section on its own. So that's basically how it works. But it's a mandate for everyone to upload receipts. So let me just explain the 30-day cycle and the verification period that I said I was gonna explain earlier on. So day number 1, you join Elamant, you pay $99 there. This is the day that you joined Elamant, and then you pay money. Okay? And then you upload your receipts on a weekly basis. On a weekly basis, you say, I've actually uploaded my receipts week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4. Okay? So once you upload your receipts, you are going to get to day 28. We said day 28 is the day that is paid membership, right there. So day 28, you pay another second membership. Okay, so here you paid once, you paid your membership once. Okay, and then here again you're going to pay twice your membership. So at this point, have you been paid by Elamant yet? The answer is no, but you're paying your second membership. Okay? Now, on day 30, you're supposed to go into your Elamant account and say to Elamant that I have actually uploaded my receipts on week 4. Can you check them to see if they are valid? Okay? So that means the verification process is going to start here. Okay? Now, once the verification process is going to start, if we calculate day 28 if we add another 28 days, you are going to get to day 56, where you are going to pay again the third what's happening with my mouse? Okay, the third membership that you have paid for. So this is what happens when you don't have a team member, okay, or when you don't bring other people on board to work on Elamant. You pay a couple of times before you get paid. Now, on day 60, this is when your first money comes in. Okay? Now, where is this money coming from? Now, the verification process takes 30 days when they are checking your receipts. So at this point, this is when they say, we have checked your receipts and they are okay, and here is your data points. Remember, we said you get paid in form of data points and you convert those data points to withdrawals and things like that. Okay, so at day 60, you get paid your initial 100 data points. Why 100 data points? It's just the company policy that in this first month, they just look at receipts for 500. Okay, now 20% of 500 is 100 data points. Now, what are you doing from this time up to this time again? There is another 28 days. Another 28 days here, you're actually uploading your receipts on weekly basis, the same way that you are doing right here. Because as you are waiting for verification, you don't stop uploading your receipts. You continuously upload your receipts. So if you want to look at the cycle, then after, you will start getting paid 200 data points every single month. Every single month, as long as you upload your receipts, as long as there's a button where you upload receipts, where you go there and you click like, hey, I've actually uploaded my receipts. Can you verify my receipts if they are correct? So we have done a couple of videos on the type of receipts that are needed. If you have any questions, you can ask your leaders. But this is the process, how it works. Okay, this is how it works in terms of how soon do you get paid, how many times do you have to pay. So if you're a new member, you are likely to pay 3 times if you don't build a team. Okay. Okay. So that's basically that part. So let us look at how to stay informed, to stay up to date with Elamant. Number 1, check for Elamant CEO's updates on the newsletter. Mr. Ryan Evans actually does some updates on a weekly basis in form of newsletters for the community. You have to go and read those newsletters. Ever since I've become a member of Elamant, I've never missed a single one of those newsletters. And then again, we have a YouTube channel which is called The Online Nomads. We try as much as possible to explain how it works to people. There's also Elamant Connect, the official Elamant Facebook group, which is called Elamant Connect. You have to make sure that you are there because that's where the official updates actually happen. If you see any update from any other sources, it's not the official. The official updates comes from the newsletter on the website. It's actually on a blog, and then the Elamant Connect official Facebook group. So if I've missed out some of the places that you get your updates, please just comment in the comment section where some people can actually get updates. So let us look at the pros and cons. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to share what I like and what I don't about Elamant, okay? And what you can actually expect. Number 1, updates from the CEO. I really respect that, you know, when the CEO is always giving you updates of where the company is, where the company is going. That's a very great advantage because everyone stays informed. As much as there is information out there, there is the ultimate source of information, which is the updates from himself. Because at the end of the day, it's actually good to say, Elamant treated me this way because you said this way, and then we have a case because I have proof that you wrote in your article that it's happening this way and it's not happening that way. Unlike saying some member of Elamant told me it works like this and it didn't work like that. So the updates are very, very important, and that's a very good plus. Transparency. Elamant has been transparent when I was actually working with them or when I work with them. So reading from the updates, you can see a lot of transparency that, okay, our website right now is going down on the first for so many hours, expected downtime. Okay, at this stage we are launching our app. We are planning to do this, and then when the time to launch, they actually say so. There's a lot of transparency in terms of where the company is, where it's going, and how it works, which is another advantage. And I believe that is a small startup cost. In my background, I've been involved in a lot of business, probably in other network marketing companies, investment companies, and things like that. But I've seen a lot of companies that asks anywhere from 2,000 going upwards, 10,000 to actually get started. But if you look at Elamant, your only startup cost is probably $99 or $297 if you're paying 3 times if you don't have team members. So the other thing is data itself is a huge deal. So you can actually go on the internet and search how much valuable is data. Okay, just do a research on companies that sell data, what types of data can be sold, and things like that. You're going to realize that data is a big business. Okay, so if you're part of Elamant, you're actually in a great company. Promotions and giveaways. So now and then there's promotions that actually happen. Let me tell you about the giveaway that happened at some point when I was actually getting started. So it was actually one of the live sessions or one of the updates from CEO, and he just said, everyone who has committed time to join this session, I'm going to send you 100 e-wallet balance. Just comment your member ID for the effort, just to say thank you. So it was actually a surprise. It was actually a giveaway, and I was actually amazed by that. And then promotions, now and then throughout the year, there are some promotions that actually happens to say, probably it can be a promotion that says, refer 3 people and we give you a bonus of extra data points. Those promotions, they happen now and then, and there are some promotions that happens probably towards end of year in December. And one of the other promotions that happened that I saw again is the birthday promotion. So just to celebrate his birthday, he said, guys, I'm going to give a promotion as my birthday promotion. So the details for the promotion, they actually differ, okay, depending on the time, and the details are actually given on the newsletter, on the updates. So this another great advantage on the promotions. I see a lot of people taking advantage of the promotions. Another thing that I love about Elamant, which is a pro that really touches my heart, is the Elamant Cares Foundation. So basically, you can read more on this website, which is called elamantcares.org. As you can see, their goal is to also give out to the less privileged or to the need. So as you can see, the website says, our mission, we provide resources supporting the need under the pillars of education, safety, health, and community. So this is actually one thing that is being done by Elamant, so you may need to know about it as well. Now let us look at the cons. Okay, decentralized information. What I mean by decentralized information, you see, the way other members explain how Elamant works, okay, may not be the way it works. Okay, so you find that there is someone who has information there, someone who has information there, someone who has information there, and if you want to try and understand, especially if you're a new member, you may not know like which one it is. Okay, so it's always important, like I said, you have to go and check the CEO's updates because it's very, very important. Okay, greedy upliners and greedy sponsors. You know, some people, when they actually refer you to Elamant to take part, the day that you sign them, they sign you up, you will never hear from them. So, you know, Elamant really is not MLM. if you want to look at the way they pay people, you have to report your time, and then you are paid for what you have reported. So some of the things that you, if you go onto Elamant and you report and say, I've spent the past five hours recruiting members, you may not get paid. Why? Because Elamant does not pay you to recruit. Elamant pays you to support and train your members. So if you go and report to say, like, I've helped a team member understand how to upload receipts for the past 1 hour, Elamant is going to pay you for that. I've traveled to do a presentation and explain how Elamant works, Elamant is going to pay you for that. So Elamant pays people for supporting their teams. So there are some leaders that just sign you up and you never hear from them. So that's another disadvantage that I've actually seen. And then the support system for Elamant is actually improving. But some of the time, when people reach out to support, they want instant response, or they want swift feedback. So this support sometimes could spend like more than 3 days without, in my experience, any company can actually give us response in about 72 hours probably. But with Elamant, you may stretch over 72 hours for support, but it is actually improved, and I hope that it's going to improve in the near future. So if you have any issues that are support related, if you send them a ticket or you need a query that is solved, if they don't respond in time, that's one of the things that I'm actually just explaining there. That is one of the cons that support has to move to the pros. Like, it has to be like, go fast, because some of us or some of the members may want responses much faster. Changes and updates. So Elamant changes how things work over and over again, and there are some changes that happens throughout, and you need to be aware of those. One of the examples that I can actually give, at some point, Elamant members were uploading receipts on once a month, okay, or on a monthly basis, but they've reduced that to upload receipts on a weekly basis. That's a change, okay? And at some point, for someone to register an account, you had to reach out to the person that wants to register you. You provide the details to them, and they register you, and then they give you your password and things like that. But they recently changed that to say, if you want someone to register, they have to click on a link and then they register on their own. Those are some of the changes. And then when you're talking of updates, so the Elamant system is always improving. So there's a time when the system itself is being upgraded, the website is being upgraded, it's being changed, and that's one thing that is a disadvantage to some people, because when the changes and the updates are happening, really some people can go crazy, like, what's happening, and we are not liking the changes, we're not liking the updates and things like that. So just be ready when that happens. So now if I can say, I'm not really sure to say if this is a pro or a con, depending with how you want to look at things. You can call it a con or you can call it a pro. Elamant is still a baby. At the stage that it's still a company that is actually expanding and growing. Okay, so if you are a person who says, I'm looking for something that is solid, I'm looking for something that has no issues, that works perfectly, and I upload receipts, I get paid, I part ways with my money, I get paid, and things like that, I would say you may call Elamant a con. Because if I would say, is it solid? I would say no. Because it's still a baby, there's some things that are always constantly improving. But from the time that I've been a member of Elamant, I've seen a lot of improvements and a lot of growth and a lot of things that benefits its members. And again, if you are someone who says, I'm looking for a small company that I can hang in there, that I can actually grow with, then you would tell Code that it's actually a pro. Is Elamant still a baby? You actually, it's actually a pro. So now the question just is like, where do you stand? Okay, are you looking for something that is solid, that is perfect, of which you can never find something that is perfect anyway. But if you are that kind of person who is more likely like that, then you may want to call this, is Elamant a baby? We just put it on the con. But if you are anything like me, that is very patient, that wants to grow with something, or a business that wants to grow with a vision, so that you can have the history, a testimony that I was there when it was actually growing. If you're anything like me, because myself, you find me here, you don't find me on top, so I would call that Elamant is a baby, and I'm actually taking advantage of that. I'm actually taking that as an advantage, because I can still grow with it, as compared to becoming part of Elamant when it is like millions and millions of members across the globe. So there is a chance of growth. There's a chance, when there's a baby, when something is a baby, you can actually, learn a lot of things and things like that. So that's what I wanted to share with you. And yeah, so let's talk about money. The money that you use to pay for a membership is basically $99. If you refer other members, you pay your subscription, and you refer members, that means your subscription is paid for. And yeah, that's what you need to part ways with. And if you don't have any team members, if you don't recruit or build a team, you're most likely to part ways with $297, okay, before the business starts to be profitable. Okay, that's what you may need to part ways with. And I'm almost coming to the end of this. We don't motivate people, we work with motivated people. I really hate it when people come to me and say, come and motivate me, things like that. If you are just a person that is not motivated, you are not motivated. I've worked with a lot of people. I see a lot of motivation in them, with the way they do things, with the way they talk to people, with the way they act, with the way if the changes are happening in Elamant, the way they respond to changes, you can see that this person is already motivated. Okay, so like I said, I'm just giving you information. No one is holding a gun on your head like join Elamant. Okay, it's your decision to make. You can say yes, or you can actually say no. So I'm inviting you to be part of our team. Honestly, I am a very busy person, but one of the things that I'm going to give you, if you actually work with us, I'm going to give you an accountability partner. I believe in accountability. An accountability partner is someone that you ask questions. When you have them, I don't want you to be part of our team and feel lonely. Okay, I want to give you someone who you're going to pair with, that you're going to become two people, and you can actually work on ideas, generate ideas, and I'm going to give you again training that you can actually use to grow your Elamant, the two of you, and at the same time you have access to me as well. And the other thing that I'm going to give you access to members only WhatsApp group. I don't belong to other Elamant WhatsApp group whatsoever. The reason why I do that is because we have our team members only that I have to focus on, that we have to focus on. Okay, the reason why I do that is because I need to focus on making sure that every person that becomes part of our team get at least my 100% attention. Okay, and we grow like that. Yes, I have a Facebook group that is open to everyone, but when it comes to the WhatsApp group, it's only for our members only. Okay, that's basically how it works. And you get access to our members only team tips and strategies. So myself, I've been involved in internet marketing. I have a lot of great skills in that, and I'll be able to share with you some of the challenges, some of the tips, and if you're facing challenges, how we can actually overcome them on a one-on-one basis. Okay, I get on the call with a lot of people, 1 hour, 2 hours, explaining how to strategize things. A lot of our members in the online nomads team understands this. Okay, everything is laid out to them in a lot of our training, of our private training sessions. Okay, on how it all works. Now, if you are not part of our team, or if someone who is part of our team invited you to look at this, just get back to them and tell them that you need to get started. But if you are just a random person that we invited you, or personally I invited you to look at this, just get back to us and let us know that you want to work with our team. Otherwise, there are a lot of amazing leaders out there that can actually help you in your Elamant journey. It's not only us. But yes, you can actually do that. If you are going to be part of our team on any of our members, they know how we are doing things, and they can actually help you from there as well. And I'll be more than happy to be working with you. So again, like I said, I promise you a training, and that if you look at how we are building Elamant, the strategies, the method, the tips, and everything is based on the internet. So this is why we created this course, which is called Online Marketing for Network Marketers. There you're going to learn exactly how we have been building our Elamant business using the internet. And what I want you to do is, I want you to go to the website code internetproclub.com. internetproclub.com. Once you are there, go to where it says courses. Once you go to courses, you're going to see a course that is called Online Marketing for Network Marketers. This is something for you. Just to say thank you for watching this video. I know it has been long. I wanted to explain everything that I know about Elamant. It has been a year long, so it takes a lot of commitment for you to stay up to this point. And the training that I've just given you here is something that I've poured out my heart and share all the tips and the secrets that I use to build my Elamant business using the internet. So with that being said, we have actually come to the end. If you have any questions, please leave a comment below this video, and we will attend to your questions. And with that being said, thank you very much for watching. I look forward to seeing you in the future, and I look forward to seeing your success story soon. And it's now time for you to take massive action. Bye for now.